GoPro'd any rides this year, so it's been a while. Or should I say it's been a minute? Okay. What did I take out? All right. Oh, I never even opened it yesterday because we didn't have the computer. All right, the kids that are following at home, welcome. And the kids that are here, be quiet. So, we are. I didn't do a, what do you call it? Yeah, Will Harms. Who is that? He's from the other class? He's from the other class, right? Okay. Well, why not? I'd be too. Well, who wouldn't? There's a waiting list for this class.
That means we're high
up. All I have to do is cut one of y'all. Now, why is all this stuff staying open here? There we go. All right. So, did you guys hear Reese's explanation? Boys and girls, time to be quiet. So, did you hear Reese's explanation? Perhaps, Reese, you could repeat it. What is an arithmetic sequence again? Shh. Justine, strike two. You're going to the office. Oh, it was Rhea? Well, both of you, strike two. Hope you're not suspended on Tuesday. Go ahead, Reese.
A sequence of numbers that continuously adds or subtracts by the same number.
Okay. A little wordy. Why don't we start with a list? A list of what? Numbers. So it's a list of numbers. When you say consecutive, it could be somewhat deceiving because consecutive means like right after another. Some people might argue, oh, they're not really consecutive. If the first one's 1 and the second one's 5, what might you predict the third one to be? 1, 5, 9. Why are you saying no? German. 1, 5, 9, 13, 17. So it's a list of numbers that are in a repeating pattern, and the pattern is an addition. Or you could argue a subtraction. Or you could just say that a list of numbers that have a common difference as well. So an arithmetic sequence, except the mapping rule, the operation that you're going to perform, is not a common difference. You don't just keep adding or subtracting the same number. You multiply. So instead of saying add the common difference, you multiply by the common ratio. How do we find the common difference? Now I want you to use the word terms in your explanation. How do you find the common difference? Yes? Yes. Now, one of the words he used would be important to use now. Not necessarily consecutive numbers, but I just said it as well. There you go. So you find the difference between two terms. Good. So if you know term 5, what term do you need in order to determine the common difference? Exactly. Either the one before or the one after. Y'all good? And when you're finding the common difference, you take the the term that's farther in the sequence and subtract the term that's before it. Good? So you might go term 7 minus term 6, or term 8 minus term 7, or term N, somebody get it. What? Minus Tn minus 1. And the n minus 1 is the subscript. Everybody good? So, for those of you who are following at home or around the world, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Visit my Patreon, and that's what's up. So common difference would be Tn minus Tn minus 1. Subscript, little number. That's for an arithmetic sequence. What do you think you would do for a geometric sequence? Or which a geometric sequence is a list of numbers that share a common ratio. Are they going to be increasing? No, they could also be decreasing, correct? So if you want to determine what the common ratio is, guess what you need to do? Yes, Rhea. Yeah, you did. You did this. Exactly. So go ahead. How do you find the common ratio? Just say what Matthew said, but change a couple of words. You weren't listening. Okay, well, just say what Justine said while Matthew was giving the answer, and then we'll all know what you guys were gossiping about. Anybody else want to try? How do you find the common ratio? Oh, I see a hand. Emma? No, it looked like it was Forrest. This is so cool because the row's so good. Okay, everybody in this row should put their hand up. One of their hands up. In this row. Over here. Put your hand up. Well, that's not everybody. That's nobody except for Emma. Because then it would look like she has like 6 hands or 8 hands. I'll put it on the camera. All right, go ahead, Emma. Chris? Don't disappoint me like Sam does every day. Go ahead, Emma. You're so close. You're so close. Somebody take your answer and just adjust it, fix it. Yes, Rihanna. You didn't put your hand up when you did this? That's pretty much that's a hand up. Did you guys agree? Hand up? Who else's hand was up? Julia? Go ahead. You said exactly the same thing, whoever went first. Yes, Matthew. Yeah, but there's a difference, so how? In which way?
Do you divide the second term by the first term?
You could divide the second term by the first term, or you want to try again? What you said was equivalent to the reverse of what he said. So she said you divide the first term by the second term. He said divide the second term by the first term. You're right, you're going to divide 2 consecutive terms, but you go with the latter one divided by the earlier one. So if you're going to say Tn and Tn minus 1, which is divided by which? Yes, Gene, go ahead. Which? Which is it? Oh, the funny thing is he was almost close. Like he at least said the third and the second. Gene, do you know the answer? Can somebody help? We're using Tn and Tn minus 1 and we want the common ratio. First class ever. Go ahead. Wow, this is painful. Let's just skip to the answer. It's Tn divided by Tn minus 1 is the common ratio. He said the opposite. He said Tn minus 1 divided by Tn. There's a difference, right? What's the difference between 3 divided by 1 and 1 divided by 3? About 2 1/3, right? So, yeah. No, more than that. So that's the common ratio. So here's our sequence, guys. What kind of sequence is it? And I'm looking for 2 or 3 answers here. Chloe, go ahead. What kind of sequence is it? There is multiplication involved. It is geometric. Anybody else want to throw in another word in there? Sound smart? Jaheim? Did you want to answer? Are you going to say sorry? No, I don't want you to say sorry. I want you to be careful. Chris? But your hand was up. You guys are killing me. I should have stayed home. All right. So, what's the other word? It ends in "ite," and it's not kryptonite. You guys are my kryptonite. I am dynamite. You guys are kryptonite. If I'm Superman. What? Thank you. What's the other one? Infinite. So, what's this? Thank you. If you want to put it all together, use your words. This is a finite geometric sequence. Fantastic. Sounds what? Okay. Like a what? A bot. Thank you. Yes, does not compute. Does not compute. So, it's a finite geometric sequence. On Tuesday, maybe you're going to look at the next lesson, which would be arithmetic series. What would you ask if you wanted to be lazy? What would you ask Siri to do with this sequence? Siri, what's the answer? Guy, hey, I'm asking a question. What would you ask Siri to do? Yeah, find the answer, right? So an arithmetic series is when you add all the terms in an arithmetic sequence. How crazy is that? What do you think a geometric series is? No. An arithmetic sequence is a list of numbers that have a common difference between consecutive numbers, or terms, sorry, consecutive terms. An arithmetic series is the sum of all of those numbers in that arithmetic sequence. What do you think a geometric series is? Yes? Yes? What do you mean by 2 differences?
Okay, so let's say
there's 2 different patterns?
Yeah.
No, because then it wouldn't be a sequence anymore. Oh yeah? Well, maybe it wasn't, but I'm glad to hear you looked at the homework. And then you can tell me which one it is and we'll have a look at it, okay? What's up? Yes? No. You just add them. It's the sum of all the terms in a geometric sequence. Yeah, except, no, a series means you add all the numbers in the list. That's what a series is. A sequence is a list. Good? So that's what you're going to do on Tuesday and Wednesday, is you're going to add all the numbers in the list. How fun does that sound? I don't know. You would add 1 and 3 and 9 and 27 and 81 and then so on until you got to 2,187. Sounds pretty exciting. Anyway, don't worry, because I'm going to show y'all a hack. Yeah, pro tips. You're going to get them on Tuesday. I'll be broadcasting, or I'll be live streaming from the bus. Actually, it might be from the Dragon, whatever. What's the roller coaster? Leviathan? I'll be live streaming from the Leviathan. Oh, so then if you want, I could just run beside it with your phone and take a video of you while you're riding it, because I run fast. Is it? Okay. So how many people are going on that on Tuesday? I don't believe it. I think that's Cap. Okay, me too. Till I throw up, then I. All right. So, boys and girls, shh. What kind of question could I ask you for this sequence right here on the screen? I want 4 questions. I want you to come up with 4 unique way questions. Chris, go ahead. I trust in you. Yes, what's the common ratio is an excellent question. Can anyone answer that question? Somebody else. Come on, put your hand up. Go ahead. The common ratio is, say it with me, the common ratio is, just say the number, guy. Common ratio is 3. That means you keep multiplying by 3. That's the mapping rule. Cool? Somebody else want to try it? What's the common ratio? Destin? Let's all do it together, okay? What's the common ratio? The common Do you guys see that the common ratio is 3? Fantastic. Somebody answer that question, please. Why is the common ratio 3? Shh. Who's trying to answer? Somebody new. I heard somebody new. Yes. Yes, because to get the next term in the sequence, you multiply the previous term by 3. So, does anyone know what the 6th term in the sequence is going to be? The 6th term. No, it's up there. You don't need to find the first 5. There we go. So 243. Everyone agree? Cool. So can somebody give me another question? So what was the first question? Find the common ratio. Answer was 3. Another question. Wow, you're on fire. Go ahead. Yep. Oh, how would you word that? That's an excellent question. Somebody word it like real slick for us. Yes, Chloe? But we know the final term. Okay, so what's a more smooth way to say that? You're right. What? Okay, still a little choppy. Anybody want to smooth it out? Like Charday? Yeah? Sure. Which term is 2,187? And what would be even more slick than that? I think, in my opinion. Yes? Yes, Al? Your hand is so up, it could not be more up. Okay, right now, like that's up. Don't stretch during question time. Don't be sorry, be careful. Emma! Thank you. How many terms are in the sequence? Yes, good job. I can't let you get all the answers. So, how many questions have we done now? 2 or 3? I think we did common ratio. What? Oh, okay, I kind of gave you that. Okay, what is the 6th term? So I ask you to find a specific term. How many terms in the sequence? And what's the 4th one? This one you're gonna groan when I say it, yeah? That's a good one. Yeah, what term is, and then you give me the actual term value. You got another one? Yeah, that's kind of like what's the 6th term? Another one would be, what kind of sequence is this? And you might say finite. Anyway, okay, good. So y'all down with that? You ready to answer some of these? What do you want to try? Which term do you want to find, children? Why don't you start by finding out how many terms are in the sequence? Let's do this. And then I'm going to give you a next level question for this. So you are looking for n. N question mark. Do it. What? 8? Oh, it might be actually. Is it? Okay, so tell us how you would go about doing that. Well, what did we find yesterday that was really useful? GT Boutique. What? Yes, Althea? Starts with a T, and it rhymes with erm. There you go. So we want to find a formula for the general, or we want to find a general term. So how are we going to do that? Well, look, the general terms there from yesterday, remember? So we need to alter that a little bit, slightly. So let me clear ink, and let's look at the sequence while we write our general term. Who can start us off? Isaac, how are you going to start your general term? Look at the general term from yesterday. Get us started. I'm sure you could give me something. This is the general term right here. What would you start with? Not sure? Spaghetti? Oh, cool. Diego? Jim? Cool. I'm looking at all the people that won't look at me, that won't make eye contact. Al? No, we're not trying to find the sixth term. We're trying to find the general term. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I would start too. I would write the letters T and N. Wow. Right? Then what would I do? The number 1? Why? Okay, what do you mean by the start of? Yes, Maya? Shh. R times Tn minus 1. Okay, maybe we're going to put that in, but what are you saying, the beginning? We don't call it the start of the sequence. It's the, oh! So I'm going to write A? Is that what you're saying? No, not. I just want it to be general like this. Plus? Did you? Minus? Okay, fine. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you out here. Put a line through that, okay. Can I rotate this? No? Okay, well, I'm just trying to help you. Go ahead. Okay, for those of you who don't know, those are also known as briquettes. Parenthesis and briquettes. Same thing. Okay? Yeah? Okay, so that's a good try. It is a good try. Anybody want to suggest some improvements on this? Think about a shrink ray gun or some other stuff that I also alluded to, or yeah, you need the shrink ray gun for this. Yes? Why would we rotate the plus sign? So it would look like a multiplication. So what you're saying is you're going to take the first term, and then you're going to multiply it by what? No. You're saying 3, the number 3. Why would we multiply by the number 3? Why? Always? No, not always. Jim? What are you trying to say? You were saying something. I believe in you, Jim. Come on. Yes. By what? What are we going to multiply by? Why so wordy? Why can't we just use a letter? What letter do you want to use? R. We're going to multiply by R. Would you all agree? How did you get the second? How did you get the second term? You took the first term and you multiplied it by? No.
Well, I mean, he's kind of right.
He's not right. Just because they look the same doesn't mean they're the same on the inside. No, he's not. You multiply by the common ratio, right? So if I want to find the second term, I take the first term and I multiply it by the common ratio. Agreed? What if I want to find the fourth term and I want to use the first term? What do I have to do to the first term? Yeah, I get that, but then what? Then you multiply it by? Yes, Emma. How many times do I multiply by the common ratio? If I want to find the fourth term, I'm going to multiply it 3 times. Would you all agree? For the fourth term, multiply it 3 times by the common ratio. What if I want to do the fifth term? I'm going to multiply by R 4 times. If I want to find the seventh term, I'm going to multiply by 6. What's the relationship? N minus 1, right? So can you tell me what to multiply the first term by in order to obtain my general term? Multiply it by R, shrink ray, Janine, shrink ray. What did I shrink ray? So what does it become? Subscript? Man, you guys are my kryptonite. What script? Superscript! Superman, kryptonite. You guys are terrible. So it's the exponent on the You understand what I'm saying? Do you guys get it? If you want the 10th term, take the first term and then multiply by R to the power 10 minus 1, or 9. 9. Yes? 9. No, that's right. It means no in German. Correct. Okay, so there's our general term, and now we're going to fill in what we know. We know that the first term in this case is 1, and then we know the R value is 3, and then we have that to the n minus 1. Could we clean that up a bit? What would it become? 3 to the n minus 1? Okay. Well, it's less wordy, or whatever you want to call it. And now if we wanted to find the 7th term, what would we do? We would. We'd sub in 7 for n. And then we go 3 to the power 6, and that's what's up. Cool? All right, let's do another example. Make sure that y'all are good. It's cold coffee. I gotta go get a warm-up. So you can find a formula, blah, 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 calculate any term in the sequence using the first term, and that's A or T1. You have to find the common ratio. Notice that to find the common ratio, you divide 2 consecutive terms, and it's the latter term divided by the term before. So it could be T2 over T1. It could be T7 over T6. It could be Tn over Tn minus 1. Y'all down? Fantastic. Here's your general term. And that's what's up. Another formula is this right here. Do you guys remember what we call this? When you have to use the term before to find the next term? Yeah? Good reading. Excellent. Still there? So, respect. It's all good. You're a learner. You're not just a liver. Maya, which are you? Are you? Awesome. Okay, let's do another example. Boop. Here's the sequence. Find the sixth term. But I know you could just do it in your head through iteration, which is called trial and error, which is called sippy cup math. But I want you to do it the slick way, which is, you know, what is it? Yeah, so you can use algebra, right? Yeah, you could be algebraic with it. Algebra. Let's go. Do it. I'm waiting. Okay, so I want a general term, and then I want you to find T6. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. On the sidelines, hey, coach. On the sidelines, what do you do for your team? Show them the plays. Just tell them, or you do X's and O's.
No, because I help with the dealer. Because they cut in a lot of positions and they don't use their hands.
Okay, well, guy, use your hands right now.
I am.
You know what I'm saying? What's up? Okay, good. You're gonna verify because you're a bit faster than most of the kids. Sam, do you have it yet? No, I don't want the answer. I want the general term. GT Boutique guy. Jim, how you doing? Getting nice with it? You got it? Yeah? David, go. Shh. Is what? Oh. Maybe you're... Let me give you some... You want to help her? Go ahead. You're being too specific right now. So, David, what you're thinking of is the common ratio. So you're telling me the common ratio is 2, right? Well, if I look at this formula right here, what part of it is 2? No. The R, correct. R for ratio, right? Or R for common ratio. So your general term is going to have a 2 in the position of the R. Cool? And then what else are you going to put in there? What's the A going to be? The what? It starts with an F, but it doesn't rhyme with if. Rhymes with erst. First what? Ah, so the first term replaces the A. Look at Sam, eh? Like split second after, stealing the answers. So, David, you're saying the general term will be Tn, 2 brackets, 2 brackets. You want me to go back? No, I'm not yet. We're going to find T6 after. What's missing, David? You. Faisal, do you want to help? Never mind. Anybody else know? Thank you. In the exponent. That's your general term. Agreed? Okay, and then to find the sixth term, what are you going to do? Yeah, you're going to substitute 6 for n. So then that will give you... Boom. And y'all were saying 64? Woo! Okay. That was decent. Let's do something more challenge. There you go. Next question, how many terms in the sequence? What kind of sequence is that? It's infinite? Finite? Finite. It is finite. It's a finite sequence, but more importantly, geometric. Thank you. Geometric finite sequence. We want to know how many terms. Do it. L. Good morning. Got a question here. Yeah? How are you going to find that? Multiplicationing? You guys. We're going to use the general term, right? Okay, and what are you going to substitute into the general term? Diego, what are you going to substitute in? I don't know. We want to know how many terms there are in the sequence. What is that? Is that the A value? Is that the R value? Is that the N value? So we're trying to find the N value, correct? Okay, and can we use the same general term that we had here, which was T to the Tn equals 2 times 2 to the N minus 1? We cannot use that one? Why not? Is it not the same sequence? Ah, fantastic. So we'll need a general term. Who am I going to ask? No, I'm going to ask somebody. Holly. If we want the general term, what do we need? I'll do the hard part. Tn equals. What did we use to find the general term? Do you remember? Look at this. We need the A value, we need the R value, and then N is N. So do you know what the A value is in this case? For this guy? The A value is 2. Good job. Do you know what the R value is? Any idea? 3? How did you find that? Rhiannon, how did she find it that the answer was 3 for the common ratio? Right, or you can just say it's 6 divided by 2 is 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Any two consecutive terms. So we know that that's 3. And there's our general term. Y'all down? So Diego, here's your general term. What do you want to do with it? Cole, what do you want to do with it? Jaheim, you're next. What do you want to do with it? We want to know how many terms there are in the sequence. Here's the general term right there. He said we're trying to solve for n. What are we going to do? 64? No. We're doing question B. What are you thinking? Jaheim? It's finite. We already established that. What's that number right there? No. Go ahead, Sam.
Substitute that number into Tn.
Why?
Because that's the answer.
Because.
Oh, that makes sense.
Why?
That's what it actually is.
Why? Because that's what you. That's what you.
Chris, go ahead.
Because you need to solve for n. You need to get one variable.
Yeah, but because it is the last term in the sequence. So you sub that in for Tn and you solve for n. Do it. Guess what you're going to get to use this time? Yeah! You. I know you are. But what am I? Okay, do it. Solve it. Let's go. Yeah, you're going to need your calculator to do logarithms. When the unknown is in the exponent, you need logarithms to be slick. That's right. Respect. The faster you guys do this, the faster you can leave. No.
I forgot.
Mr. Chen, I hope you know, if I don't end up getting on the bus, I'm gonna be calling them and ordering all the cakes out. You ordered them all out.
I don't even like funnel cakes.
Sam? Really?
Yeah.
Sam, you know what to do? I'm gonna hide in the extra compartment.
That's what you do. If they don't let you on, you last one time.
Then nobody gets to go.
Exactly.
That's right.
Y'all be hanging out with all the luggage down there. I was gonna be able to.
You're gonna be dying.
Okay,
You're suffocating.
I'll be calling them and stealing all
take the log of both sides.
Now, one
And then why do we? Somebody remind us, why are logarithms magic? They allow us to move something. Yeah, they allow you to move the unknown exponent to which position? Yeah, so it goes from exponent to coefficient, and then you can just divide to get your answer. You understand? To solve for the unknown. So just log both sides when you get to it. Mahat, you get it yet? You did? What's your answer? Oh. Destin, why aren't you doing this? Where did you do it? That's the other countdown. The other countdown.
cake countdown. If the final cake countdown.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, Rocky. Europe. It's a final countdown. 35 days till I don't see you guys again. Woo! When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Advanced functions? Half of you won't be in the advanced functions next week. What? Bio? Yeah, sometimes he does. Whoa, this is on video, guy. He's gonna hear this. He's gonna hear this, Sam. What's your last name again, Sam? Sam, Glover, that's it, Sam Glover. Sam Glover Teixeira. Okay, so in case you were wondering, the common ratio is 3. We figured that out. And since 4,374 is the nth term, we could also call that the last term. We sub it in. Boom. And now we have a problem. Our conundrum is that the unknown is in the exponent position, and this might be an uncomfortable situation. So what we do is we logarithm both sides, take the log, and that allows us to move the exponent to the coefficient position, and then we have n minus 1 times this number right here. Up to you. If you want to divide both sides by log 3, do it. If you don't, if you want to evaluate log of 3 and then multiply n minus 1 by that, you could do it. You can see that I chose to divide both sides by log of 3. And then what's the final step when I evaluate log of 2,187 divided by log of 3? Then I'm going to do what to both sides? No. Thank you. You're going to add 1, which I did not do. So you guys figure it out. Oh, I did it up there. There we go. So you end up with 8. So how many terms are in the sequence? I'm more likely to ask you this question with an arithmetic sequence, because then I could say, oh, I can give you like 130 term sequence, and you don't need scientific notation. Geometric sequences tend to grow really quick, so become cumbersome. Okay, this is a bit of a challenge. Why is this more challenge than the other questions? No. Because there's a fraction? Okay. Maybe, but that would be a sippy cup answer. Why is this more challenge? Julia? That's a good answer, because I don't actually give you the first term. And also, what's another problem then? Not only do you not know the A value, it's not obvious what the R value is. Why is it not obvious? Because you do not have what? You don't have consecutive terms, exactly. So now you gotta be slick. How you gonna figure out either the first term or the common ratio? I feel for Chris.
Wait,
Greg,
no, I actually have a question.
what's your question?
Can you just like take the, so it's like the third term, can you make it the first term and then make the other one the sixth term?
Yeah, you could do that. So that would, but then you'd still have to do an extra step at the end to figure out what the first term is. But yeah, I like what you're saying. That makes sense. That's logical. Anybody else have ideas? Okay, why don't you just create two equations that would be basically the general term with what you know. You have two term values. Then we can deal with those two equations. It's kind of like combining two equations to find the point of intersection with two lines. You understand what I'm saying? So let's create an equation using the third term. Let's create an equation using the ninth term. So let me get you the ball rolling here. Isaac, if you wanted to write the third term, what's the first thing you would write? And this is like super obvious, so don't think it's a trick question. Okay. Tn equals 162. That's good. What about something even, I guess you could say, more basic than this? Emma? T3 equals? Now, I wouldn't write 162 because that's giving you kind of the same thing as what you have. I want to create an equation that I'll be able to solve. There isn't really an unknown in this one. Destin? Go ahead.
And multiplied by R. 3 minus 1.
Okay.
Equals 9 by
Whoa. You're done. We good? We just wrote an equation using the third term. We good? How many unknowns? I see 2. Because you can replace T3 with the number 162. Agreed? Okay, so let's do that. Let's write this as 162. And we have 2 unknowns. If you have an equation with 2 unknowns, you need a second equation with the same 2 unknowns, and then you can solve by doing something creative. Well, what could you use to create a second equation? The ninth term? So do you want to go ahead and tell me what you would write for your ninth term equation? Well, just repeat what we did the first time. Ooh, why did we write squared last time? Yes? Okay, so what should she adjust in her answer? Make sense? So let's do that. Let's get rid of the Tn. And I forgot what you said, so I'll just get you to repeat, please, Althea. Go ahead. Tell me what you said your answer was again. Arugula? Arugula. I don't remember any of your names. What's that? No, I know it's a nice name. Oh, I feel old when I do these things. It is embarrassing. What's that? Athena. I knew it was a nice name. All right, so Athena, go for it. That's good. So AR to the power 8, and then she said T9, which is good. I wrote it last so that I could just undo. And then what are you replacing it with? So y'all see that we have two equations here? Okay. Now, what could we do with the two equations? Matthew? Sure. So when we say eliminate, sometimes we do it by subtraction. Or what else could we do? If we divide one by the other, what are we going to get? Well, let's see. I've got something else written there, but let's do this. Let's go 2 over 9 divided by 162, and then AR8 divided by AR2. What's going to happen when you divide A by A? You're going to get 1. When you divide R8 by R2? Yeah, so you'll get R6, right? And that's what I have here. R6, 1 over 729. 1 over 729 is this. Because if you divide by 162, that's like multiplying by 1 over 162. You can reduce the 2 in the 162 to 81, and then 9 times 81 is 729. We good? Yeah, was that slick or what? That was slick. Now, the same thing can be done with the arithmetic sequence if I don't give you two consecutive terms. But the equations will be a little bit different. So after you're done this, let me know when you're done copying this, and we'll backtrack and look at the arithmetic sequence, and I'll give you an example of that where I don't give you consecutive terms. Did we do a question like that yesterday? Okay. Yes. Now we can find A. How would you do that? Into which equation? Exactly. Go back to one of these two. You sub in the A value that you found, and now you can solve for R. And then you can write your general term. Get it? Good? Right on. Mary Brown Fridays. No, it's not. Shawarma Friday. This is the last Shawarma Friday for me. Yeah, it's the last one of the year for me. Right on. Maybe I'll hit him up. Oh! Maybe I'll do A&W Fridays or Burger King Friday, BK Fridays.
Royal Rooster?
I've never had it. Where is that? On Trim? That's a little far for lunch. Is it?
Yeah. Ask Johnson about it.
Nice.
Talks about it daily.
I gotta check it out. Okay. So are we good to go now? Yes? This? You just have to take the 6th root. So you can ignore, like all you have to type in is the 6th root of 1 over 129, 729. And on your calculator, you're going to have a button that looks like this. XY like that. So try it with a number you know. For example, the 3rd root of 8. So if you're trying to find the 3rd root of 8, you might have to type in 3, then that button, then 8, then equals, then your answer should be 2. If that doesn't work, change the order. Go 8, button, 3, equals, and that'll tell you how to do it. and then you repeat it with the sixth root of whatever that number is. Good? So what did I do? Here I did this. R equals the sixth root of 1 over the sixth root of 129. Because this is the same as writing the two roots separately. So the root of a quotient is the same as the quotient of the roots. So I can split them up. Sixth root of 1 divided by the sixth root of 729. And I know that the sixth root of 1 is 1. And I know that the sixth root of 729 is 3. Good? Which part don't you get? You get everything else before that. No, I don't think so. Ask Flynn, but I don't know. Might be a little chilly for Okay. Yes, you bet. So okay, so let's try it with third root. Okay, so third root of 8 is, so you're going to put the 6 in first. And 729. You should get 3. Cool? All right. Can you yell? Yes. Hey, guys. Please listen up. Miss Bork wants to yell at you. Why would you guys complain about Miss Bork? She's so nice to you guys, and she does interesting stuff. You know what's gonna happen, eh? When she's gone, you're gonna miss her when she's gone. When you have a different English teacher for grade 12, or well, summer school grade 11 first, I guess, and then because y'all are gonna fail. No. Tough love is what that's called, and they need that. Okay. Hey Sam, why are you being difficult? No one wants to hear your sass. Okay. Later. Hey, we forgot.